first one's always huge. That was a good game, good opponent, and I think we handled it the right way. A few scratch runs there at the end of the ball game with Perkins, ended up being the deciding run. So that last run there, I think in the 8th it was huge. So we had a good game plan going in, and that first win under the belt is always nice. And I think pitching and defense and our hitting just had a great approach today.
Talk about the home run. I mean, that probably felt pretty good on the bat. To say fair foul or you're running on one.
I don't know. I was just looking for a pitch to drive. I knew we had to get a rally going. Running late into the game, and Perkins did a great job of getting on base. And I was just looking for a pitch to drive, and I was fortunate enough to hit it over the fence. And I didn't know if it was gonna be fair or foul. I was just trying to find a good barrel, and I was very fortunate enough to leave the park for us.
Do you think the ball could be hit on a blowy night like tonight? Get out?
Well, I knew the wind was blowing. To left field a little bit, but it was a little thick air, a little humid tonight, so I didn't know how well the ball was going to be flying. Watching the previous games up to this point, the ball really wasn't flying that well. So, our approach isn't to hit home runs, and we happen to run into a few, and today I guess I just ran into one. And, we'll take those runs.
Joe, you had, I think it was 5 1-2-3 innings tonight. Just one inning in the 6th where there was some back-to-back hits and a little trouble. Is there anything you took out of the first time you faced these guys that you were able to use tonight?
Really, they're a good hitting team. They're aggressive. We know they're going to attack the pitches early, so I got to make my pitch early in the count. Try to get them to make soft contact within 4 pitches or less. I think that went well for me tonight. When they did get to me, I left some balls up. Made a few bad pitch choices, but they got some good hitters, and they're going to hit the ball hard a few times. So they got to me in that 6th inning, but got to stay with the plan, pitch down and get ahead. When I did that, it went well.
Pitch down wasn't that high. Did you feel like had some confidence, reassurance when Coach threw back out there in the 8th?
I was hoping he'd stick with me. He's got confidence in me. I've been able to go deep into a few games this year, and with a low pitch count, I still had some velo left with me going into the 8th. As long as I had control, I'd be able to get through there and hand it over to Wickren and let him finish it.
Both of you guys are just talking about the team's so resilient. I'm just wondering where you think that comes from. Is it experience? Is it talent that shows through? Is it a special year? What plays into that?
Well, we're a veteran team. We've been through the thick and the thin, so we've been down multiple times this year late in the game and have come back and scored multiple runs in an inning. We don't get down on ourselves. We stick to the plan, and it really showed in that 8th inning when we played that run to give one more insurance run for us. That was huge. So definitely being a veteran team and having confidence in ourselves, especially with having a good record this year, we know we're able to pull games out.
Is that kind of your take too, Kevin?
Yeah, we've shown, like Joe said, we're an older group, and we've been here long enough, and it's not over till it's over, as Coach Duncan's told us all season, and I think we all truly believe that. We truly buy into that concept, and today is just another example. We've had come behind wins in the 9th inning, whether it be being down, in the 7th inning or 6th inning previously in the year, but we've stuck with our plan. Like I said, we try not to get off our plan. As an offense, it's our job to put runs across, and as a pitching staff and as a defense, it's our job as well to keep them off the base paths. And I think that we just never give up. It's not over till it's over, and we show that again tonight.
Well, I thought it was a great college baseball game. I thought it was well pitched on both sides. Ohio State got timely hits and did a good job. They manufactured the run in the first. Didn't have a whole lot of opportunities up until 2 outs, nobody on, and they strung 3 hits together with 2 extra base hits, and we got a big hit from Big Ten Player of the Year. So, but getting the additional run, late, Perkins beating out the double play ball. It wasn't a true double play ball, but was key. But Joe Hayes, I thought, did a great job. Give credit again to Ohio State for getting those 3 base hits in a row. But he came back out and gave us a few more before we went to Wickren.
Questions for Coach?
Any hesitation at all in going to sending back out there for 8th? I know his pitch count wasn't that high.
Where they were at in the order, we felt like, Joe was going to match up against them, and so, we weren't going to stay long with them, though, and he was able to get that leadoff hitter after falling behind, so, he did a good job and kept it short, although, I don't know what Wickren's pitch total was, but it was probably a little bit more than what we wanted, so.
Coach, did you bid for a regional at all?
We did bid. We bid up at Gary. So, we'll see where it's at. I don't know. I think we still have to do well here to be a 1 seed, but, they've given 2 seeds in the Midwest hosting opportunities as well. So, I don't know. I think, we just got to keep our head down and keep playing hard. And if we get that opportunity, it won't be a home field for us, but it won't be a home field for anybody else unless Valpo winds up being matched up in there somehow, some way. But, we'll just kind of have to wait and see.
Coach, this was another string of well-played, sort of tense ball games in this tournament so far. Does it kind of speak to the quality of play in this league, and not a big surprise to you that these teams have matched up so well?
No doubt. The parity in the league is very strong, and sometimes I hate using that word because people will think parity means mediocrity, and it doesn't. It just means that these teams are all basically the same. We're dealing with the same resources, the same type of education, same weather. More and more teams are building nice facilities, and so the facilities are all kind of getting on a level basis. So you're going to find this. The Big Ten, there's good quality teams, especially this time of year. And a one versus 6. We struggled last week against the 9 team. So I just think that the Big Ten it's definitely up for grabs. You got to play well on that given day.
Similar question, Coach. Did you sense there was a little bit of a danger zone with a loose Ohio State team today? You needed big performances from top-level guys to get out here.
Sure. Ohio State, again, especially, they didn't realize that they were necessarily in on that last weekend, and all of a sudden you get a team like that that's like, hey, we've got nothing to lose. And probably something to prove, too. I'm sure they didn't get in the way that they wanted to, and so they had something to prove, and I think they showed that yesterday, and they showed it again today. They're a quality team, well coached. Their pitcher was outstanding, I thought, and Plawecki was able to keep one fair, and we didn't get the timely hits, and as much as we would have wanted to. I thought we had some opportunities to score, and we had some guys maybe not swing it at the greatest of pitches, but again, I thought it was a well-played game on both ends.
Can you talk a little bit more about that? It seemed like there were a lot of chances early on that you guys couldn't capitalize on, but at the same time, you keep turning the lineup over, and that gives Perkins and Plawecki those 2 more crucial at-bats.
Right. Yeah. We had the base hit to left. I held Plawecki up, and I just felt like a good throw was going to get him, and it wound up being a little offline, but I still thought that there was plenty of time for the throw to get in there and get him. We had bases loaded, and Miller swung at the first pitch. I thought was a little bit up in the zone, and that's a guy that usually takes 4 or 5 pitches per at bat, but went up there aggressively, and he should have, but maybe a little bit over aggressively and swung at a pitch up. Charles hit into a ground ball double play. He didn't do that very much, but with the runner on third, so that was another opportunity to get a run. So. And that does get a little frustrating, and you know that your outs are starting to dwindle. But obviously, we didn't get a leadoff hitter on until the 7th and the 8th. So they did a great job keeping our leadoff hitter off base. But when we were able to get the leadoff hitter on, we scored both of those guys, as they did. They had 2 leadoff hitters get on base during the game, once in the 1st and once in the 9th. And leadoff hitters that get on base usually wind up scoring. So we've got to do a better job of that if we want to continue to play.
We have time for one more question.
At the time of the Plawecki moment, it looked like it might stand up as the big one. Maybe just talk about his presence in the lineup and what he means to the team. Obviously, Big Ten Player of the Year, but coming through most crucial time.
Well, yeah, you always hope that your big-time players can step up, and that's what makes them big-time players. It's not all about statistics. It's about getting the key hit or the key defensive play or the key pitch at a key time. And I thought that's what Joe Haase did today. I mean, he probably wasn't his best game, but he made some key pitches in situations, and Plawecki obviously, picked us up, with the home run. He blocked the ball in that last inning. Those things kind of go unnoticed. I mean, base runners want to advance in the scoring position. He just does a great job of that. But, anytime you have Perkins, Plawecki, and even Serrato does a good job of protecting Plawecki. He's had a great number of 2-out RBIs. It's a tough stretch to go through for any pitchers. And, when you got Plawecki hitting behind Perkins and in front of Serrato, I mean, it's a good spot for him.